Alex Thomsen, man, you've been on that stage before. You know, you've placed at this tournament before, but you got the job done today. How does it feel to get the job done? How'd you do it?
It's good. I finally got that title. I've been on that stage another time, and it was a one-point match. And it's just like, it sucks being that close, you know. And then I lost a close match in semis yesterday to the champ. And you know, I was ahead, and then I let up a little bit, and you know, he got good wrestling, he got me there. So it sucks being that close, you know, but I'm finally like, I'm thankful I finally got that. That's top side I've been chasing for 3-4 years, you know. So.
You've been undefeated in Iowa the last like 3 years. How do you keep your edge when you're beating everybody in state?
You gotta. So I'm from a small school, so I mean competition is there, but it's not, you know. You gotta keep pushing yourself in the room. You know, I got great coaches and great wrestlers around me. You know, I wrestle my brother 95% of the time. You know, he's the same size as me, and so it's hard to keep that edge, you know, that hungriness. But you just gotta look past the high school wrestling and look into like the national tournaments and then college. You gotta keep training for that. You know, it's just a mindset you have to switch to. You know, especially if you're winning. You know, like I have throughout the 3 years. You could say that winning got kind of boring, you know. But I don't know. You just have to keep pushing yourself. You know, and I set my goals high. You know, I set my standard high, and so I'm always trying to reach that.
All Americans. It's been a long week. Did a lot of wrestling. You got your leg bandaged up. How are you feeling? How are any injuries?
I don't know about this. You know, I blew my other knee out when I was on the finals 2 years ago. You know, this one got kind of kinked. Hopefully, it's just strained a little bit. My body feels good though. You know, my lower back's kind of hurting from arching. You know, that really does take a toll on your body, whether you believe it's the right technique or not. But yeah, other than that, I'm like shaking right now. This is awesome.
Yeah. Can you take us through your finals match a little bit? I mean, you controlled the match throughout.
Yep. So I know he's good. Illinois kid. You know, obviously he's good. Yeah. They all are. I knew he kept a tight position. I wrestled Taylor yesterday. He kept real solid position. So I knew I didn't have to go in there and battle. You know, I wasn't expecting attack. I just had to score points. You know, you don't want to look ahead and say, I'm just gonna attack this kid. Yeah. That's how you get clipped. You know. And so I don't know. I was trying to push the pace, trying to keep it in the center, so there's nothing. Like I stepped out on that one where I had a dominant position, and I knew he could. Obviously, he could throw. You know, kids can throw. So I didn't want to be pushing in too much of the wrong angle to get thrown through, which is, you know, it's likely, especially when you have an underhook pushing towards the edge. You got kids that are gonna try and bail. You know, hit lat drops like I did. You know, I tried to turn and hit like a Russian lat drop. But yeah, I mean, after that, I kept getting to it. He'd throw a Russian, so I'd slip it to a waist. And when I get to that waist, I feel real dominant there. Like I can suck my hips into the side of him, and then we're like C-belt, and that's where I can lock and pick up. And so I got there a couple times, and he bailed, and then I straight lifted him, and he started feeling my leg. He started like tying up my leg, so I just put my leg straight out, and he saw the hook, luckily. So there's another, you know, I just was looking for points here and there. I wasn't looking to go out there. You know, I guess my freshman year, I would have tried to blast him, you know, pick him up and throw him. Where this, you have to be a little bit smarter. And I know that's not the best thing to say, but, you know, to be like an elite athlete, you have to be smart, you know, and pick what you want to shoot, you know, and pick like the angles and stuff you want to attack at. Because if you just go blindly at a kid like that, he's going to send you flying. And then the second period, I was going to keep scoring if I had the chances, if they were opening up. And they definitely were. I should have taken a few more drags here and there. By the second period, I just wanted to be dominant and control center, you know. I knew he was flying around trying to get into stuff, and so I stayed in the center, lowered my level, met heads with him every time. You know, I'm just being a smart wrestler from there. You know, because there's no reason to give up a big throw in the finals and be that close again. You know, I probably have nightmares about that like I did last time for months, you know. So, but towards the end, I looked at the clock. Now I hear my coach yelling, "Don't look at that clock!" Like, keep going. And so I'm like, crap. So I started turning, you know. And I just like, he's trying to keep me focused, you know, because you can't let up within 10 seconds. I did on that Taylor match, you know, and ruined my leg, you know, and so that's kind of where I was feeling the second one, just trying to hold positions. So
you're committed to Nebraska. Iowa has a lot of good programs. What about Nebraska made you want to leave the state?
Man, I get this question a lot. Okay, so I picked it basically because I wouldn't say I'm close. I'm about 55 minutes away from it. They showed the most interest from day one. You know, my coach was an alumni, and so we got to go to a lot of their stuff, you know, get into their practice rooms and watch and stuff, and so I got some attention early on, and like the Iowa schools, they chased me, but they didn't, you know. Iowa State dropped all their coaching staff out in hole in one, and they started chasing right when they got there, you know, but that was almost too late. Iowa started a little bit, but they had Teasdale and Lee, and then Teasdale dropped, and they started going after me, and I felt kind of offended, you know, because I was here all along. You know, not that I wasn't jealous at all. I mean, you know, they're obviously good and everything, but so yeah, they kind of showed interest, but kind of didn't. So it's kind of back and forth on that. You and I started pretty early with the phone calls, and they kind of withered away. I think they got some other recruits in, and so you know, I'm not offended by that because I mean they got to find who they want, you know, to fit their spots. And Nebraska was pushing. You know, I was so close I could go out and visit whenever they had RTCs. I could go out there. And so I really grown. We grew really close, you know. And then I felt like it was like a soccer game. And they called. It was like, "You think you're ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me call the coaches." I felt so comfortable committing, you know, and the money was there, and everything worked itself out pretty much. It just was like all fell into place. And it's a relief, like to get it off your shoulders. You're like, thank God, you know, I don't have to worry about 5-6 calls a day, you know, for weeks straight. And so. But yeah, it was fun, you know, and I'm glad I picked Nebraska. Just their wrestling style, the coaches there, the surroundings, Burroughs and Green are there. So it's like just a whole mix of like everything blended into one nice solid protein shake that you can just, you know, start drinking. So yeah, I was so comfortable choosing there. I just felt like it was at home, you know, and then when I did, it was like relief was gone and I felt like a whole new guy. So
great. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.